got a triangle drawn, you can see that the angle should be kind of that projection angle there. So the triangle and everything that goes with that, if you draw it nice and accurately, gives you a bit of an idea. For example, I can see that it's a bigger angle than that, and all information from there that'd be useful. Right, we're looking for the range from the base of the cliff. The range just means the horizontal displacement, which can be s of x. So when it hits the sea, how far away is it? So you think, first of all, right, great, well that is a horizontal projectiles question. But if you write out the things that you need for the Subat horizontally, and I'm just going to change this slightly and do it left to right, because I'm running out of space. And if you do use Subat rather than distance, speed and time, you'll think, right, well that's what I need. I know that, because that is 8 cos 20. But that's 8 cos 20, that's 0. So you actually need the s, the u and the t are the 3 that you need 2 of, because it's effective distance, displacement, speed, velocity, time, and we actually have 2 of those. So you can't just go and do a horizontal Subat. So when you're doing range or horizontal distance, quite often you need to go vertically first. So we actually need to find the time till s of y is at the ground. So in this case, s of y was equal to negative 30. And interestingly, if you look back to part B, we found all the information apart from that time. So if you go back to part B and find t, that will give us one more thing that we know, and then you can use that to find the horizontal displacement, the range. So if you find how long it took vertically, which obviously the same time as how long it took horizontally to reach that point, you can use that information. So I'm not going to write all the Subat things out again from part B. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ignore the fact that I'm looking for V, I'm going to look for T. So I'm going to use these variables, but with that as a question mark, that's across, so I want the formula without V, which is my S equals UT plus a half AT squared. I'm going to sub in what I've got, so negative 30 equals 8 sine 20 T, half AT squared, so plus half, so half of that's a take away because it's a minus, 4.9 T squared. If you rearrange it equal to 0, so 4.9 T squared minus 8 sine 20, I'm going to write, I should really have put a bracket around that, 8 sine 20 is the number, T, take away 30 equals 0. I'm going to use my graphical calculator again, make sure you're in, if you're doing this, make sure you're in, or you could use quadratic formula, make sure you're in degrees, otherwise it won't work. So 4.9, negative 8 sine 20, and negative 30, and I get 2 answers. I get time equals to 2.77, and I get time equals to negative 2.21, so that one's not going to be relevant for this. I won't go through the relevance of that value at the moment. So that's there, we put that in here, so 2.77, and then we work horizontally. Now actually, I'm running out of space, you can use Subat, so I'm just going to use distance, speed and time, because it's a little bit easier to fit in this box. So distance is equal to speed times time. Think about that a little bit. So distance is equal to 2.77. That's time times speed, I suppose. 8 cos 20. And that range or distance or S displacement, therefore, is going to equal to 8 cos 20 times by 2.7. In fact, I'll use the amps. I think you can use the amps button from your calculator if you've got that from. Oh no, it's in the equation mode, 2.77, and that gets me 20.8 to 3 significant figures, so 20.8 meters. Okay, so Subat, actually we went back and used that time from that Subat, Pythagoras, and then the range. The thing about the range is anytime you think you've got to work horizontally, unless you've got 2 of the 3 things you'd need for distance, speed and time, And again, you can use the CVAT. It's just that top equation where since acceleration 0, we just get first three terms. You might need to work vertically first, which does catch a lot of people out. Obviously, this is an exam question, so you can't see the number of marks. That can often be something to kind of pick up on as well. Okay.